Hi everyone. In my previous video, we learned about order of conductivity of metals and electric shock. So, in this video, I am going to explain about types of electric circuit. Types of electric circuits. This is most important topic. Try to learn everything. So here, basically, electric circuits are divided into two categories, two types. The first one is they are nothing but first one is series circuit and second one is parallel circuit. So we have two types of circuits. They are series circuit and parallel circuit. So first I will explain about series circuit here. If we connect the electric components like electric bulbs, switches, fans or whatever, if we connect the electric components end to end manner, so that means positive to negative and negative to positive. So if we connect the electric components in this manner, that means if we connect the electric components end to end manner, it provides single path. It provides single path for the flow of current. So then this type of circuit is said to be series circuit. So once again I am repeating, if we connect the electric components end to end manner, it provides the single path for the flow of current. So then it is said to be series circuit. So here now we will consider parallel circuit. So what is the parallel circuit? So if we connect the electric components parallel to each other, so it means all the positive terminals are connected at one point and all the negative terminals are connected at one point. So that means all the electric components which are connected in the parallel circuit, they are having common positive terminal and common negative terminal. So if we connect the electric components in parallel manner, it provides individual path or else separate path for the flow of current. So then this type of circuit is said to be parallel circuit. So that is the difference between series circuit and parallel circuit. So now we will see the series combination of resistors and parallel combination of resistors. That means we are going to calculate the total resistance or else effective resistance when the resistors are connected in series and when the resistors are connected in parallel. So that is my intention here. So here first I will explain about the series combination of resistors. Further say I am considering three resistors. How many resistors I have connected in this circuit? Resistor 1, total three resistors are there. Resistor 1, resistor 2, resistor 3. So this is the symbol of resistor. It always supplies the flow of current. You know that one. And here three resistors are connected in end-to-end manner. That means positive to negative, negative to positive. They are connected in end-to-end manner. And these three resistors are connected to the cell of EMF V, of potential difference V. And here this is a closed switch. And we have connected one ammeter to measure the current here. And the total current flowing in the circuit is going to be with I. And this is the direction of flow of current from positive to negative. And here we have arranged 3 voltmeters. And 3 voltmeters are arranged parallel with respect to 3 resistors, voltmeter 1, voltmeter 2, voltmeter 3. So here in this circuit we require 3 voltmeters and only 1 ammeter. So why? Because in case of series circuit, in definition already I explained, in case of series circuit it has single path for the flow of current. Single path, only one path is there, only one way is there for the flow of current. So that's why in case of series circuit, first thing you should know, current I is always remains constant. So I is constant. If you measure the current everywhere in the circuit, it will be remains constant. That's why we are connecting only one ammeter. Current remains constant. But here the logic is that current is constant. But if we consider potential difference, in the circuit, the total potential difference applied to the circuit by the battery is divided. The total potential difference V is divided between the resistors. They are going to share the potential difference. That means the potential difference across a resistor 1 is V1, potential difference across a resistor 2 is V2, and the potential difference across resistor 3 is V3. So these are 3 voltmeters. They are going to measure the potential difference across the resistors 1, 2 and 3. They are denoted with V1, V2, V3. So here V, the potential difference is divided, equally divided. So we can write the total potential difference applied by the cell the total potential difference V equals to sum of the individual potential differences across the resistance. So we can write total potential difference V equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So that is the equation for total potential difference in case of only series circuit. Don't forget that one. And here, according to the Ohm's law, we know that V equals to Ri. So this is the basic equation of Ohm's law we discussed in our previous videos. So we have to use this equation. We have to substitute these values in the above equation. That means equation 1. So here potential difference total, it is representing total potential difference here. So we don't know the total resistance of the circuit. We are assuming that the total resistance of the circuit is R. So we can write total potential difference. It is a product of resistance and current. Total resistance and current. The total resistance of the circuit is considered as R, and current is same everywhere. So we can write Ri. V equal to Ri. So how can we write V1? What is the value of V1 here? From V equal to Ri. So V1 is nothing but the potential difference across resistor 1. So that means we have to write resistance of the first one. Resistance of the first resistor is nothing but R1. Current will be same. Current remains same everywhere. So that means we don't need to change the value of current simply. So here V1 equal to R1 into I. At the same time V2 equal to R2 into I. Similarly V3 equal to resistance of third resistance into current. So if we observe this equation clearly, both sides I is common. In case of series circuit, current is constant. So we have to what we need to do from the above equation, we have to common the current. Both sides. I is common here. We can write the above equation as implies R equal to I of I is common at RHS R1 plus R2 plus R3. So both sides I gets cancelled. So then we can write R equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Right. So this is the final equation to find the total resistance when the resistors are connected in series. So total resistance equal to sum of the individual resistance of resistors which are connected in the circuit. So total resistance R equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So that is the main principle to find the total resistance when the resistors are connected in series. So that is a equation principle when the resistors are connected in series. So from that equation it is clear that when the resistors are connected in the series circuit, series combination, the total resistance of the circuit is going to be increased. Why? Because we are adding individual resistance. So total resistance will increase. So this is regarding series combination of resistors. Now we are going to discuss about parallel combination of resistors. First we have to observe the circuit diagram. Here also we are going to consider the three resistors R1, R2 and R3. They are connected in parallel to each other. And here we consider three ammeters A1, A2, A3 and only one voltmeter. So that is the difference. So why? Because in case of parallel circuit, from the definition we know that potential difference V equals to constant. V equals to constant. Why potential difference remains constant in the parallel circuit means, so here every electric component having common positive and common negative terminal. So that is nothing but potential difference. So every electric component receiving same potential difference. Why? Because all the components are having common positive terminal and common negative terminal. So here in this parallel circuit, potential difference remains constant, but here current is divided between the components. Current is divided among the resistors. So why the current is divided in case of parallel circuit means, just now we discussed about parallel circuit. When I am going to explain the definition of parallel circuit, what I explained here. So when the components are connected in parallel manner, it causes the individual or separate path for the flow of current. So individual path. So that means current will be divided in this circuit. So now we will consider from the circuit diagram here. So all these three resistors are connected in the parallel, and this battery is connected with respect to this all the terminal, all the first terminals are connected into the positive terminal, all the second terminals are of these three resistors are connected to the negative terminal. So they are having common positive and common negative terminal. So they are receiving same potential difference. But here the total potential difference applied to the circuit is V. The total current flowing in the circuit is I. So here once the current flowing at this end, the total current I is divided among these three resistors. So here total current is I here. Here current has three individual parts. So the current can flow in three individual parts. So that's why the total current is divided. So I1 is the current flowing through resistor R1, I2 is current flowing through resistor R2, I3 is current flowing through resistor R3, I1, I2, I3. So here the total current I is given by I1 plus I2 plus I3. So that is the expression for total current. So according to the Ohm's law, again we know that V equal to RI. So from this what we can write I equal to V by R. So now we are going to use this equation. We have to substitute these values in the above equation. So here I means total current. So total current I equal to what here? Total potential difference V by total resistance of the circuit. We don't know that one R. V by R. So here I1 means what here? Potential difference V. I equal to V by R. So potential difference is against constant. We can write I1 equal to V by, so resistance of first resistor R1. In the same way we can write I2 equal to V by R2. So I3 equal to V by R3. So from this equation again V remains constant at the both sides. So we have to common the potential difference at RHS. From this one we can write V is common here. V of 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R2. So from this equation it is clear that both sides potential difference remains constant. So then we can write finally. So there is no sufficient space. I am going to write here the continuous equation. So we can write the final equation is that 1 by R equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R2. So this is the expression to find the effective resistance or total resistance when the resistors are connected in parallel. So that is the expression or else formula to find total resistance when the 3 or 4 resistors are connected in parallel circuit. So from this equation it is clear that in case of parallel circuit the total resistance equal to reciprocal of the individual sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. So reciprocal is there means what is the meaning of that one? So if we connect the resistors in parallel circuit, the total resistance of the circuit is going to be decreased. So in case of parallel circuit, parallel combination of resistors, total resistance is going to be decreased. In case of series circuit, total resistance is increasing. So if we connect the resistors in series circuit, why the total resistance is increasing? Very simple. Very simple. One logic is if you observe the diagram, you will know the answer there. So when the resistors are connected in series manner, end-to-end manner, the length of the resistance is going to increase. Length increasing here from left to right. So when length increasing, resistance increases. So that's why if we connect the resistors in series, the total resistance of the circuit is going to be increased. That is the reason. And next, if we consider this diagram, in case of parallel circuit, total resistance of the circuit is going to be decreased. So why it is decreasing? If we connect the resistors in parallel, it has three ways. So it has individual parts for the flow of current. So from that, the cross section area, if we connect all these resistors closer to each other, the cross section area is going to be increasing. It has more width. Width of the conductor is going to be more. It is increasing. Area is increasing. Gap is increasing. From that, the current will flow more. So that's why when the more current is flowing in the circuit means the resistance of the current will be reduced. So here. According to the laws of resistance, we know that one. When the cross-sectional area is more, if we connect the resistors in parallel, cross-sectional area of the total conductor is increasing. So when the cross-sectional area is increasing, total resistance of the circuit is decreasing. So that's why if we connect the resistors in parallel, total resistance of the circuit is going to be decreasing. So that is the reason for that one. Okay. Now we will see. Now I am going to give some formulas regarding series circuit and parallel circuit to find the total resistance. For example, in case of series circuit, first we will discuss about series circuit. If more than two resistors are connected in the circuit, if more than two resistors are connected in series, the formula is like this here. Formula one is R equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So when we have to use this formula, when more than two resistors, they are having different resistance are connected in series. And here in parallel also, we can write when more than two resistors are connected in parallel, we can write 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. This is the formula. So now this is very important formula. For example, if all the resistors having same resistance, that means if R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to R, so then the effective resistance when they are connected in series is given by what we can write here, R equals to total resistance in series, Rs equals to, we will substitute here R plus R like this. For example, we are the total number of resistors connected in the series N, we are considering that N. The total number of resistors which are connected in the series are considered as N. So here we will get Rs equal to 3R. So it is for only 3 resistors. When n number of resistors are connected in the circuit, so then it becomes Rs equal to Nr. Rs equal to Nr. So this is the principle, most important principle. When if all the resistors having same resistance when they are connected in series, total resistance R is given by, Rs means resistors are connected in series, is given by N into R. Here N equal to number of resistors, only number 1, 2, 3 like that. How many numbers? So total resistance in the series is given by N into R. So now we will discuss here. So here also, if they are having same resistance, that means R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to R. So then we can write, substitute here from the above equation 1 by Rp. Here total resistance in parallel. So 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R. So what is the equation here? 1 by Rp equals to, so if you do the LCM, R is common, 1 plus 1, 3. So if you do the reciprocal here, Rp equal to R by 3. So total resistance in parallel if all the resistors are having same resistance. So that is the principle. In this circuit only we have 3 resistors. For example, if we have n number of resistors, n, so many resistors, we don't know the number exactly. If we have n number of resistors, the principle becomes total resistance in parallel Rp equals to R by n. So this principle we have to use, most important. So here, in case of series circuit, if the resistors are having same resistance, total resistance is given by N into R. In case of parallel circuit, Rb equal to R by N. So here we have to multiply with number of resistors. Here we have to divide with number of resistors. So why? Because in series circuit total resistance is going to be increasing, but in case of parallel circuit total resistance is going to be decreasing. That's why we have to divide this one. And next, last principle regarding the parallel circuit, if we have only 2 resistors. If we have only 2 resistors in case of parallel circuit, they are nothing but R1 and R2. For 2 resistors, so they are R1, R2 in parallel. If they are connected in parallel, what is the principle here? Again, from this one, 1 by R equal to, we can write 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So here 1 by R, LCM is R1 into R2. So we can write R1 is there means R2, we should write R2 is there means R1. So we do the reciprocal here. Then final expression is that R equals to R1 into R2 by R1 plus R. This principle is most helpful when we are going to solve the problems. So in case of parallel circuit, if only 2 resistors are connected in the circuit, they are nothing but R1 and R2. So then the total resistance of the circuit when they are connected in the parallel RP is given by R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. So this is an easy principle. It is helpful when we are going to solve the problems regarding the resistance. That's why I explained all these things. Okay friends, we discussed about what is in the series circuit and parallel circuit and the expression to find the total resistance in case of series and parallel circuit. So now our topic is, the last topic is differences between series and parallel circuit. Differences between series circuit and parallel circuit. So that is our topic here. Difference between, now I am going to explain about the differences between series and parallel circuits. So here first we will consider series circuit. We know that one, it provides single path for the flow of current. In case of series circuit, we have only single path for the flow of current. Single path for the flow of current. Flow of current I. And what about parallel circuit? It provides individual path for the flow of current. Individual path for the flow of current. And next thing. So in case of series circuit, current remains constant. I equals to constant. And what about here? In case of parallel circuit, current will be divided. It is not constant. Current is divided among the components. So that's why it is not constant. And number 3. So in case of series circuit, potential difference is not constant. Potential difference is divided. But in case of parallel circuit, potential difference remains constant. And next thing we will see here, number 4. If we connect the resistors in series, the total resistance of the circuit will increase. So in case of series circuit, resistance R will increase. So in case of parallel circuit, resistance R will decrease. Resistance will decrease here. Resistance will increase in case of series circuit. So now we will consider example for each one, series and parallel circuit. So example for series circuit is nothing but, so especially if we consider household appliances, main is always connected in series circuit. Main is always connected in series circuit. And example for parallel circuit is remaining electric components. Electric components like switches, bulbs, generally they are connected in parallel circuit. Why? Because we want to operate individually. And once again, if we consider the examples of series circuit, main and fuse wire, this is important. You should not forget about this one. Fuse wire is also connected in series to the light. So these are the examples. For series circuit example, main and fuse wire are basically they should be connected in series circuit. And parallel circuit, all the remaining individual electric components like cooler, fridge, television, they should be operated individually according to our need. So they should be connected in parallel circuit. So this is the difference between series and parallel circuits. So in this video, I explained about the differences between series and parallel circuit, and at the same time, what is it by series and parallel circuit, how to find the total resistance when they are connected in series and parallel circuits. Thank you friends, thank you everyone for listening my class, for watching my videos, for subscribing my channel here. And still, if anybody are unable to follow my channel, they are not able to subscribe my channel, please follow my channel and learn the physics and subscribe my channel moreover, and press the bell icon to notify my next videos. Thank you friends, thank you everyone, thank you.